A bustling college bar. Dozens of patrons. Security cameras rolling. And one young man who walks in but never walks out. No struggle. No goodbye. Just silence. This is the story of Brian Shaffer, a man who vanished without a trace in plain sight. Welcome to Crime Vault, where we unlock the world's darkest unsolved mysteries. Tonight, we take you deep into one of the most chilling missing persons cases in modern American history. March 31st, 2006, Columbus, Ohio. 27-year-old Brian Shaffer was on the brink of a new chapter. A second-year medical student at Ohio State. Bright, kind, ambitious. Recently heartbroken by the death of his mother, Brian was coping in his own way, leaning on friends, planning a vacation with his girlfriend, Alexis. Spring break was around the corner. That Friday night, Brian decided to blow off some steam. He met up with his friend Clint Florence. Bar hopping, beers, music, the usual. By 1:15 a.m., they arrived at their final stop, the Ugly Tuna Saloona. Brian was seen laughing and chatting with two women outside. Then he turned and walked back into the bar. That was the last confirmed moment anyone ever saw Brian Shaffer alive. The next morning, Brian missed a planned trip with Alexis. He didn't return calls. Texts went unanswered. Something was wrong. The Columbus Police Department reviewed surveillance tapes from the Ugly Tuna. The footage showed Brian entering the bar around 1:15 a.m., but there was no footage of him ever leaving. How is that possible? The bar had a single public exit, monitored by security cameras. The only other way out was through a back door leading to a hazardous construction zone, filled with debris and monitored, albeit more loosely. Investigators combed through hours of footage. Nothing. Brian simply vanished. Could he have changed clothes and walked out unnoticed? Or was he lured somewhere, inside that very bar? As days passed, Brian's disappearance turned from confusing to terrifying. His bank accounts remained untouched. His cell phone silent. Credit cards unused. Police, family, and volunteers canvassed the city. Flyers blanketed Columbus. Then came the theories. Some believed Brian had faked his disappearance, run away to escape grief. Others thought he had died in the construction zone. But cadaver dogs found no trace. Suspicion began to swirl. Why did Clint Florence, the last friend to see Brian, refuse a polygraph test? Why did bar staff claim they saw nothing unusual? Alexis, heartbroken and desperate, called Brian's phone daily. It went to voicemail until one night it rang. Cell tower data placed it near Hilliard, Ohio. A glimmer of hope. But the lead went cold just as fast as it appeared. The internet took over. Reddit detectives, YouTube sleuths, armchair investigators, all obsessed over Brian Shaffer's disappearance. Could he have climbed into the ceiling? Disguised himself? Was he kidnapped or worse? An anonymous message on his father's memorial site years later read, "Dad, I love you. Brian." It was traced to a public library. Was it a cruel hoax or a real cry from the shadows? Every theory only deepened the mystery. Was it an inside job? Did he see something he shouldn't have? Or was he the victim of an untraceable crime? There were no suspects, no leads, just an empty seat in every family photo, and a question no one could answer. Brian's father, Randy, never gave up. He searched, pleaded, and pushed media attention, until a freak storm took his life in 2008. No arrests, no body, no closure. Today, nearly 20 years later, Brian Shaffer is still missing. His story is a warning that even in the age of cameras, social media, and surveillance, people can vanish without a sound. His brother Derek continues the search. His girlfriend Alexis, now moved on, still remembers him with love. But the world hasn't forgotten. Neither have we. How does a man walk into a bar and disappear forever? Will you believe happened to Brian Shaffer? Share your theories below. Someone out there knows something. Subscribe to Crime Vault for more cold cases, unsolved mysteries, and stories that refuse to be silenced. Because sometimes the truth is hiding in the last place we'd ever look.